What's the most embarrassing thing someone said about you when they thought you couldn't hear? I'd been working double shifts at the warehouse for 6 weeks straight, saving every penny for Emma's 10th birthday. She wanted a bike so bad. Kept circling them in every store catalog we got. Nothing fancy, just something pink with training wheels she could ride to her friend's house. I had it all planned out. Take her to the park Saturday morning, surprise her with the bike I'd been hiding in my buddy's garage, spend the whole day teaching her to ride. Thursday afternoon, the guys threw me a surprise birthday lunch, pizza and soda in the break room. I'm not big on attention, so after eating, I ducked into the bathroom to splash water on my face. That's when I heard them through the thin wall. Dude's probably gonna get his kid something from Goodwill, my supervisor Jake laughed. Saw him counting quarters at the vending machine yesterday. Yeah, chimed in Pete from loading dock. Always talking about saving money. My kids get Xbox games and stuff. A bike? What is this, 1995? Tony joined in. Guy drives that beat-up Honda and packs peanut butter sandwiches every day. Poor kid's probably getting a rusty garage sale bike. I stood there frozen, gripping the sink. They had no clue I was working 60-hour weeks to afford that bike. That I'd been eating those sandwiches and skipping lunch breaks to save an extra $20. The bike cost me 3 weeks of overtime, but seeing Emma's face light up would be worth every missed meal. I wanted to storm out and tell them exactly where they could shove their opinions. Instead, I waited until they left, then went back to my shift. But their words stuck with me all day. Poor kid. Rusty garage sale bike. Like I didn't care enough to get my daughter something decent. That night I drove to the bike shop and stared at that pink Schwinn through the window. 12-inch wheels, white basket, streamers on the handlebars. The guy had been holding it for me for 2 weeks while I made payments. I walked in and paid off the remaining balance in cash, every crumpled 20 I'd saved. Saturday morning came. I loaded the bike in my trunk while Emma was still sleeping, drove to the park, and waited on the bench where we always fed the ducks. When she came running over in her pajamas and sneakers, I pointed to the tree. "Happy birthday, kiddo!" She screamed so loud the whole park turned to look. Ran straight to that bike like it was made of gold. "It's perfect, Daddy. It's exactly like the one in the catalog." She hugged the handlebars, then hugged me so tight I thought my ribs might crack. We spent 4 hours at that park. I ran alongside her, holding the seat until she found her balance. When she finally rode a full circle by herself, she looked back at me with the biggest grin I'd ever seen. "Did you see that? I did it!" I pulled out my phone and took a picture. Emma on her bike, helmet crooked, grass stains on her knees, pure joy on her face. Posted it to Facebook with the caption, "Worked a lot of nights to make this happen. Worth every minute." I don't usually post personal stuff, but something made me want to share that moment. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was proving a point to myself. Monday morning, Jake walked up to my station. "Saw your post. That's a nice bike. Thanks." I kept loading boxes. "Look, man, about what we said Thursday." He shifted uncomfortably. "We didn't know you were in the bathroom?" I looked up. "Yeah, I heard." His face went red. Pete appeared behind him, looking equally awkward. "We were just joking around. About my kid getting garbage because her dad's cheap?" I set down the box I was holding. "Real funny joke." They both stammered apologies, but I was done listening. Emma had her bike, and that's all that mattered. Their opinions didn't change the fact that she'd ridden circles around that park, laughing like it was the best day of her life. The next week, Jake brought me coffee without being asked. Pete offered to cover my Saturday shift so I could spend time with Emma. Tony even apologized, said he didn't mean anything by it. Too little, too late. But watching Emma ride her bike to school every morning, seeing her friends admire the pink paint and shiny spokes, made every one of their stupid comments worth forgetting.